What's going on, y'all? D'Allen Rich coming to you live with another video. I got another video, and what I want to talk about today is how can LeBron surpass Michael Jordan? I seen him say something a couple months ago well, it was a couple weeks ago actually, that he said that he was chasing the ghost, Michael Jordan. So I think that, in order for him to do that, in order for him to surpass Michael Jordan, he'll have to do some incredible things. I mean, it's kind of hard because, Michael Jordan is, undefeated pretty much in the championship. Me personally, I just never felt like Michael Jordan was the greatest. I think he's one of the greatest. That's just my personal opinion. But, I mean, in order for him to surpass Jordan, if he want to, they'll have to compare careers in the long run. And, I think that if he's able to beat Kevin Durant, beat the Warriors again, actually beat them twice, and then get another championship against another team, and he gets 6 rings, the debate it will always be a debate there. And as long as you're in the conversation, I think that's what's going to help him. I don't think that he has to surpass him and get 7 rings. I think just having him in the conversation. So if he's able to pull off the, impossible and get 3 more rings, then he can do so. I think I personally rooted for Kevin Durant going to the Warriors because I felt like him going to the Warriors, it made his job easier. He's 28 now, and I don't think he was ever going to win one in Oklahoma City. It was just a smart decision. When you get older, you work smarter, not harder. And that's just period. That's just, in life, period. You don't work harder, you work smarter. You want to make the right moves. You don't want to be out there, putting in all the work, and then, like LeBron was putting in all the work for Cleveland when he was first there. But he wasn't really getting nothing out of it because he wasn't winning no championships. So he had to work smarter. He was able to get beside Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh, and he was able to pull out 2 rings. People always talk about how, the 2 that he won in Miami aren't as important as the one he won in Cleveland. So, but me personally, I felt like when you look at his career, you look at his overall career, when he finally decides to hang his jersey up, they're going to call him however many championships he won, no matter where he won. He's still a champion. And I think LeBron is a great player. I do think that the league helped him win that ring with with the whole Draymond Green situation. I would appreciate it more if he would have earned that ring. Like, I felt like it would have been better if he earned it. If he would have said, you know what, okay, he did some foul things, or not even acknowledged it. I would have been like, it's cool. And they came back the next game, got on my A game, and found a way. But he did what he had to do to win. So you can't really take nothing away from him. But LeBron is always going to be that great player. And me personally, I never felt like Michael Jordan was the greatest player. Like I said, I felt like he was one of the greatest players. If you ask me who would I rather have on my team, I would rather have LeBron on my team, because LeBron is going to take you to another level. He's going to carry the team. He's going to make the teammates a lot better than they were. If Michael Jordan made his teammates better than they were, then they would have been a lot further in the beginning of his career before Phil Jackson came and before Scottie Pippen came, and the rest of the team that they built around Michael Jordan, because LeBron built his talent around other players. So he made those players better than they really were. I do think LeBron was built up way further than, the media made him seem like he should have like 20 rings by now. But that's just what the media does. Can't blame LeBron for that, but I do think LeBron is one of the greatest players, man. And I think that in order for him to surpass Jordan, it's just to be in the conversation, but do things a lot better than Jordan did him. Like the teams that he could beat. Like they say, oh, well, he beat a stacked team with Kevin Durant, with all, with a lot of Hall of Famers on one team. Like Jordan didn't do that. You see what I'm saying? Like, with 4 Hall of Famers or 4 top players, 4 All-Stars, 4 superstars on one team, for LeBron to pull that off, that would be great when you compare careers further down the road. If he could do it twice. And then you got to look at what he did in Miami, where they beat the Celtics, they beat the Spurs, Um, LeBron did some great things, man. So I think that when you compare the careers further down the road, if he's able to, he could do more movies and stuff. I think another thing that took Jordan to another level uh, was the commercials. He was just constantly in your face, just constantly in your face. The movies and stuff. I think LeBron has to do that. As his career started to, wind down, I think this is the perfect time to do movies. He got social media. I think he should just hit him as much as he can. If you want to do the Space Jam 2 movie, I think that'd be a brilliant idea. Just doing that right there, just keeping them in a conversation. Like, I'm gonna bring up another point before I end this video. Is where, like, I always use like Barry Sanders and Emmitt Smith. Emmitt Smith had the highest rushing. He's the highest rushing running back. He got the all-time record for rushing yards. He got 3 Super Bowl rings. But when they talk about the best running back, they always talk about Barry Sanders, because Barry Sanders was flashy. He was quick. He had speed, but he didn't surpass Walter Payton record. But they still always talk about, he doesn't even have the highest rushing record. And then on top of that, he doesn't even have any Super Bowl rings, but they always bring up Barry Sanders' name when they talk about, the best running back. So with that being said, as long as he's in the discussion, as long as he do some great things, his name will always be in the conversation and will be up there, like for Floyd Mayweather. If he doesn't pass Rocky Marciano, as long as he stay right there, they're going to keep him in the conversation of who was the best. Because a lot of people think that Rocky Marciano was the best because he went undefeated. He never lost, and he was just a great fighter. So as long as Floyd be undefeated and they're compared the two, they'll say, oh, well, Floyd did this better than Rocky Marciano. He did that. So he's always in the conversation. He don't have to go for 50-0. He could just be in that conversation of who's the best. So as long as LeBron get that 6th ring, if he could go get that 6th ring and stay in that conversation, they'll compare the two career, and he'll be in that conversation, and it'll always be that debate of who was better. With Kobe's my favorite basketball player, of course. I grew up a Kobe fan. And for me to say this, as far as like Kobe, his 5 rings, he did come up short, but what hurt Kobe more so than anything is the fact that people didn't appreciate Kobe because he was outspoken. He was a polarizing player. But at the same time, he wasn't able to get that 6th ring, the MVP count. So if LeBron could work hard to get 2 more MVPs as well, he could also be in a conversation, and also get his record total up as far as like points. All-time scoring leaders. If he could go up, surpass Jordan or even tie Jordan's record. That's another thing that'll keep him in a conversation. It's all about staying in that conversation and doing more commercials, being more, keeping his face on social media, and just keep doing more commercials and just being in the public face and just being a lovable guy. And I think that he's able to be in that conversation. My name's Diallo Rex. Make sure y'all click that subscribe button. I'm out.